So after a British lad decided to take a knife and go like 10 or 11 little girls for seemingly no reason, a lot of British citizens went to the street to protest against immigration, and the people that were opposing these protests have been making the argument that, oh, well, this isn't a migration problem because the stabber, the killer, wasn't a migrant, he just comes from a migrant family, which honestly, from my perspective, it actually makes the situation much worse, because you're telling me that this kid was born in a Western, civilized, peaceful country, and he still decided to just take a knife one day and go and stab a bunch of children for seemingly no reason, and this isn't even a terror attack, he just did it for what? Just no reason? And he's not religion of peace enjoyer. Ivor, a lot of people have been saying initially that, oh, it's another religion of peace enjoyer stabber. I mean, the reason why they've been saying that is because, yeah, there have been a lot of those kinds of stories. It's like, these assumptions don't just come out of nowhere. They didn't come just because, oh, people are just racist. No, there are actual reasons why people made their assumption. It's like, whenever you hear about a stabbing, not just in Britain, but across Europe, yeah, a lot of people's minds immediately go to a certain demographic of people. And if it's not the religion of peace enjoyer, then, oh, it's it's the other guys. Oh, what a surprise, I'm so shocked. And as if that's not bad enough, now the UK government decides to lock up not just the protesters, but also the people that are liking and retweeting certain things on social media. Oh, and not just that, but they also decided to release an actual murderer, someone that killed a teenager with a machete. Keep in mind that in the UK, they confiscate everyday normal items and they call them weapons, not just knives, but also spoons and also bicycle wheels. And yet this guy somehow got a hold of a machete, and not just that, but he was also able to kill someone with it. And then now the UK government is gonna release him after 6 months so that they can make room to imprison the guys that have been liking, retweeting, and maybe even posting some things that the government doesn't like on social media. Are you fucking trolling? And even though we have video evidence of groups of men waving around, brandishing knives, and not just knives, you see some of them with actual swords, holding swords in their hands on the streets, and the UK police or the UK government doesn't do anything about it. So here's the thing. These kinds of riots are gonna continue happening, and it's not just gonna happen in the UK, these kinds of riots are gonna take place throughout Europe, because all of Europe is facing the problems that the UK is facing. Some more than others. It's like the reason why people have been shifting to the far right, why more people are voting for the far right, is because the modern day governments have created this problem by accepting all of these refugees and all of these undocumented migrants into their countries, and they don't want to acknowledge the problems that this has created, and they don't even want to do anything about it, because they seemingly, I don't know what the reason is, maybe they're afraid of being called racist, or maybe it's just because the elite just want cheap labor and they don't care about all the crime that is happening in Europe. I don't know which one it is. But either way, until this problem is addressed properly and it's fixed, these kinds of riots are gonna continue happening. This is only the beginning. That I feel very confident in saying.